Yo, okay, so we're live today. Today was crazy. I don't even know where to begin. Like, I was talking to my friend, and I was like, the only word I could use to describe it is like, I feel full, right? Like, um, okay, so this is completely impromptu. The notification, would have gone out maybe just now. And this is way later than I would normally try and stream on a Saturday. Normally I try and aim for 2 p.m. GMT, but today was a bit different because I went to my first ever convention. I went to AnimeCon today, and I did it as a vendor. I went to promote the Summoners Nexus TCG, and it was so, like everything, even before the con started, oh my days, there's just so much. Yo, Brandon, Alexis, how you guys doing? What's good? What's good with you? I just got back from AnimeCon, and oh my days, it was so cool. It was so cool. I'm so happy. I'm buzzing. Right? First things first. Huge shout out to MBT. Right? So a lot of people who see this, because I'm assuming people might watch this VOD back. Basically, I've been anxious, right? I've been extremely anxious lately because I've gotten to the point with my indie game. I've been working on the Summoners Nexus TCG for the last 3 years, right? You can see all of the progress that we've made in the app itself. And I have been extremely anxious because I am reaching the end of what I can physically do myself, right? Like, in terms of making a quality app, I can put in the grind, I can work towards it, I can raise money, I can get builds done, and like refine the app and refine the game design. Awesome. The game's almost done. Like, we're 3 years in. The game is getting very close. It's in its pre-alpha, basically. And so, with that being said, we're reaching the end of what my hard work can get me, and now it comes down to actual, like, promotion, like social interest, something that I have no real control over, and that has been anxiety inducing. So I started trying to do everything that I could to raise awareness and start putting things in place to actually promote the project. And that's what the YouTube channel was, the first step towards that, right? I started this 5 months ago because I could foresee, like, okay, we're getting close to the end of development, time to start promoting. But I also started sending out emails to content creators, prominent ones that I respect, prominent ones whose content that I watch, and just trying to see if anyone was interested in doing a sponsorship for Summoners Nexus. And MBT got back to me, and he's such a cool guy, man. Like, he was so chill and like nice and wholesome and helpful. And so we went back and forth for a couple of weeks. Actually, this has been like actually months, maybe. No, am I exaggerating? I think I reached out to him at the end of last year, right? Like towards the end of last year. So the turnaround wasn't even that long, right? It was not even that long, all things considered. So he and I were going back and forth on like, okay, how will we go about doing it? I didn't even know it was dropping today. Like I had spoken to him a couple of days back, and I was like, oh yeah, I like this, is a really good update. Cool. And then boom, and it's like, whoa. And so I wasn't ready, but it's the kind of thing that makes you think like, oh god, there just has to be someone up there looking out for me, because the day that he dropped that promotion, I think that video has over like a couple 10,000 views. I woke up to that this morning, so people were already flooding into the Discord and coming to the YouTube channel, and then all of a sudden, like there's some buzz all of a sudden, and so I walk into AnimeCon already like on a bit of a high, and then AnimeCon was so good, man. I had so much fun. It was sick. Hear from the funny pussy man. Yo, tried a bit of solo to get a grasp of the rules today. It's really promising. Yo, doc, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yo, Oni boy, welcome, my friend. Hope you have a wonderful day. I'm buzzing. I'm over the moon right now. Right, I'll do a match in the background while I talk. Let's go random, so it's a little bit more. So I'm on edge a little bit. We'll go hard difficulty. We'll go with the starter deck that I've got just in the back pocket. Okay, so, actually this might have been a mistake. What am I doing? Hard difficulty on random. I would actually need to pay attention if I want to have a chance of not getting beaten by my own AI, but I'll do it anyway. So, the con, my goodness, the con. I was so unprepared. I'm going back tomorrow, right? I did not know what to expect walking into it because I was nervous. I was shy. Like, the night before I was like shaking with like, okay, I don't know what to expect. I don't know what it's going to be like. Are people going to like the game? Are people going to think that it's too buggy? Will people understand when I say that it's like in early, like a pre-alpha, or will they judge it too harshly? I just had so many like concerns because it's the first time. Yes, I have the YouTube channel, and yes, I've put myself out there, but like, that's all online, right? Like, this is an avenue where someone could walk up to my face and be like, hey, I think your work sucks. And I just have to deal with that. So, as an anxious person, I was concerned about that, but obviously that wasn't going to stop me from, like, making an attempt at, like, promoting the game and doing what I needed to do. And so turn one, we're going to introduction on Aurora, and we're going to Kirin on Ryu to get into the assault zone. Right? Just to start the Arya strategy over there. But it is... I was blown away. So in terms of prep, I got the confirmation late that I was going to be able to have an artist table at Comic-Con. Once the early alpha was ready, and once the pre-alpha was ready, I was like, okay, I want to start promoting it as soon as I can. And I reached out to a bunch of cons. Like, I sat down. So I talked about the content creator reach out side of things and how MBT, like, oh, he was a lifeline. I'm so grateful for that. I also started looking into all of the card shops and all of the conventions happening in the UK this year, and most of them were already booked. They were already full. And I just started sending emails to them, like, okay, put me on the waiting list, coach. Put me in. And some of them got back. And so AnimeCon London, which is one of the bigger anime cons, got back to me and was like, oh, hey, there's no more vendors tables, but if you want an artist table, we can hook that up for you. Got in on an artist table immediately. And it was so good. I started putting the prep together. I got like a banner made. I'm gonna do a video because I got some footage. Like, I got a banner made with like the game's art and everything. Another banner, and like I'll talk about some of the lessons that I learned even from day one about how I presented things, because I don't think I capitalized on all of the space that I had at my disposal as well as I could have, and I don't think I had as much product as I could have had. Like, I didn't know what to expect. I came with novelty cards that had like gift codes on them that when the full game comes out, people can exchange. Like, you enter that gift code and you get those cards unlocked. And so I have a binder full of them, and I did 100 copies of 10 cards, so that's 1,000 novelty cards. In terms of quantity, yes, it was enough. Right, I'm not saying that, oh, the people are clamoring for Summoner's Nexus. 100 copies was enough. No, it's not that. It's more so, what am I doing actually? Hold on, wait. I need to pay attention. I will lose. We put in Ignite on the field. We'll go Zodiac. Zodiac Barrier doesn't help in this situation. Wait, am I cooked? Have I already lost? We'll go Card Exchange, and we will go. No, we'll hold Mocus. Right. But yeah, no, it was so good. It was so good. What's the name of the MBT video? It's the most recent video on his channel. It is the 10-minute testing for Vendrids, right? So it is. I think it's over. It's got to be over. Like, how many views is it on right now? And obviously, not every person who watches his video is gonna become a direct fan of mine. Like, I'm not that naive to think that that's how YouTube or anything works. But like, if even 100 people take interest in Summoner's Nexus because of that video, then that is, I'm over the moon. I'm buzzing. I'm grateful, right? I'm grateful. Let me look. It's sitting at 60K views, right? So 60,000 people watched it, which means that, let's just imagine, like, okay, only 6,000 of those people sat down and actually watched through the ad segment, right? So 10%. Because I tend to like, when I'm doing estimations, I go off of the rule of 10%, right? Like, if you expect or anticipate that only 10% of people will have interacted or engaged with something, it sort of helps to temper your expectations a little bit. And so, let's say 10% of that 60,000 watch the ad read. Okay, cool. Let's say 10% of that 10% actually click on the link. Okay, that's 600 people, right? Now, let's say 10% of that 10% actually become fans. That's 60 people. And I would be grateful for 60 people, but I am hoping for something in the range of 100. But, like, that's sort of how I geared my expectations. I don't know what I'm doing. I have not been paying enough attention at all. We go Chorus turn 2 on Merides because that sets us up for the future turns. We don't need Leap on you. We go Card Exchange to draw an extra card from the resource deck. We'll ditch cleanse. That was stupid. I shouldn't have done that. I'm gonna lose this. This is just for fun. This is just for fun in the background anyway. All right. Oh, hey, now you have a camera. I mean, I always had one. It's just, I'll be honest, I've been a bum for the last couple of like weeks to months. I'll be honest with you. Like, I have been living like a bum because I have been like all in on development, all in on the game, all in on everything. So like my hair was not like, my hair had not been did. I hadn't shaved. I didn't shave for like 3 months, right? Don't ask me why. I looked like a caveman, so I just didn't want to be on camera, right? So my brother, I think we had around 100 folks. Yeah, we had 100 folks join the Discord. There were like 200 subscribers on the channel. No, I wasn't teaching. I stopped teaching a few months ago, but I'm actually back to teaching now. I started teaching again last week, right? I had stopped for a little bit, but no. So yeah, it's just I heard it has gotten difficult to be in cons. Tons of indies this past year. To be honest, I was surprised. I only saw 2 other vendors doing cards at AnimeCon. Actually, no, there were 4. There were 4 vendors doing cards, and only one of them was an indie card game vendor. And it gave me ideas for, okay, if I were to actually do this properly, the next time I come around, next time AnimeCon comes around, I know where I should be, right? There was a section dedicated to like tabletop gaming, and only like 2 vendors were set up in there. And so had I had the time to like apply and like be in there properly or email them or do what I needed to do, that would have probably been the place to be, because that's where the people who are interested in TCGs are most likely going to be. So I'd spent the day like scouting. Like, I have a notepad. Like, I fully came into today just ready for it to be a learning experience. So as I was sitting there, like, waiting for customers, I was just, like, writing down things. Oh, it's too bright. I don't think you can see this shade of... Okay, yeah. Like, I was just sitting down, like, writing pages of things that I was observing, things that I could do better for next time, things that I could, like, improve on my display and, like, how we present ourselves. And just, oh, my goodness, there was so much. There was so much. What do I want to do? What are you on? You are on 100 attack. You are on 150. We'll go... Oh, I don't want to kill you, though. Did we draw freeze? Did we top deck freeze? Yes, we did! Sexy. Okay, so we'll go 1, 2, 3, shoot, 4. Okay. So, what am I even saying? There's so much to say. There's so much to say. Chief, next time you have the AnimeCon, give us a heads up. Is there a lot of manual work? I mean, a little bit, but I was able to do it. And, oh, my mom was so helpful. Like, all of the cards that we got, because it was so last minute. I did not know I was going to have a spot at AnimeCon until, like, a couple days before, because I was on the waiting list, right? It was full when I applied, and then I guess enough people dropped out or didn't confirm their tables in time that it got to me on the waiting list. And when I actually checked in on the day, they had a list of all the people who were signing in, and I think if it was in chronological order, because TGN Studios, my name was the last one on the list, which means that I might have gotten one of the last spaces that opened up last minute, which is just, oh, it's insane to me. What merch did you have? So I was selling, have I fumbled? No, I have fumbled completely. Why did I not summon, I didn't summon Vespera. Wait. Did I just discard Vespera? I'm dumb. I'm cooked. Okay. I bet. So, yeah. I'm sorry. I'm having a hard time keeping track of all of my thoughts, right? Did you mess up your beard? No, this was a choice, right? Yeah, so the iOS update will be, it's on iOS now, so you can play it on iPhone. We're compressing it so it works on more versions of iPhone than just the current ones, because right now you need to have, I think it runs on like iPhone 10, but it's laggy. From iPhone 12 and onward, you're good. But like, yeah, you want it to be like accessible on more devices than just like the newer ones, right? 1, 2, 3 into the 4. Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre at the door. What? But no, so I printed novelty cards, right? I printed cards that that displayed the card art for various avatars, and it showed them. And then it had like codes on the back that will be redeemable. So when the game comes out in full, because during the alpha and the beta everything is free. When the game comes out in full, it will be obviously, like, there will be in-game transactions and everything like that. But if you have those, if you have the novelty card, let's say you picked one up today, like it was £2 for one. If you got the Wandering Ryu, boom, you just got a UR card for £2, right? So that's what it is. I'm so excited. Breathe. No, I do. I was buzzing the whole time. I was on cloud 9, and the people around me were so nice. The vendors in the stalls next to me were so nice. Everyone was so friendly and helpful because I didn't know what I was doing. So they were like teaching me and telling me stuff. Some people had been to multiple cons. The girl next to me, it was her first con as well. The girl on my other side, she had been to other cons but not anime cons. And then there was a girl at the front right, and she was like a veteran. Like she even gave me, I brought a tablecloth because I saw online, I did research. They're like, oh yeah, bring your own tablecloth to cover the table and like decorate it. I got one of those, had that custom made. But then apparently when you're not selling, you put a tarp over your table so people know that like, okay, you're not there right now, right? I didn't bring one of those. She let me borrow her spare one, right? Did you get a lot of traffic at the con or any sort of numbers? So I wish I had been keeping track of, like, I forgot to play. Okay. Well, I wish I had been keeping track of like specific numbers, but no, I wasn't. I feel like I spoke to at least 50 people today, and I feel like more people like would come by and see the banners and scan the QR code without even saying anything, because I saw some people doing that. Because I was just having too much fun at the end of it. Like it it just flew by. But one thing, I learned so much. Like the room that I was in, I don't think it was actually a good position. And I'm going to be there again tomorrow because it's first come, first serve. But when I got there, in my head, so when you walk into the artist alley, there's a room right there at the front. And I was like, oh, shoot. And they were like, oh, hey, there's a table in that room. And I wasn't like the first in. I was like, oh, cool. That's the very first room on artist alley. Boom. I jumped in, got a table. I was like, oh, yeah, everyone's going to see this, right? Everyone's going to like come this way. Now, because it's the first room on Artist Alley. And what I learned today when actually going through is that because they have a one-way system where you enter through the door and then you have to go around, and because of the buildup of traffic, they really urge you, like they push you forward, as they should, because like there's a lot of people who want to see a lot of different stalls. But what tended to happen sometimes that we in the room notice is that because of how abruptly the current sort of took you towards the left, room number 1 got skipped sometimes. And so it made sense to me in my head, because when I got there were like 3 available tables left in the very first room, and I was like, oh, I'm just a lucky guy. And I realized in hindsight, no, the more experienced vendors must have been avoiding that room for that very reason, because of the flow of traffic. So I noted that down, like, okay, in the future, what I want to be, you don't want to be in a room necessarily. I thought, oh yeah, in a room it feels a bit more exclusive. I think I might prefer to be in a hallway, because with the rooms, people have the option of going in or not going in, whereas in the hallways, because of the flow of traffic, they are guaranteed to see your stall. And so I feel like that would have helped my traffic out a little bit. I'm still very happy with the traffic that I got. I'm still very happy with the number of, because I went in not expecting anything. I went in just to like, hey, I'm putting my feet in the water, I'm trying it out, I'm here to learn, I'm here to experience. But now I have that knowledge of like, okay, the layout of the whole building matters, right? Like the flow of traffic that's gonna be there that day matters, right? In terms of like, okay, where you position yourself. So what I thought would make sense didn't make the most sense. And also, even if you're in a room, the angle that you're at matters, because so what I noticed was that there was the girl next to me, people would come from the door straight to her table, and I was like, yo, what is she selling, right? Damn, she had so much foot traffic, and she was amazing, right? But what I did note is that when I went to go to the bathroom and I came back, coming in through the door, because of where she was, like if the door is here, if the door is here, this is the door, right? You have tables that are like right here. So if I'm looking in from this direction, there are tables that are right here, tables on that back wall, and then her table in the back corner, right? Like here. So if I walk through the door, the first thing that I can see is her table, is her stand based on the one that she chose. And I avoid, like, so I chose my table and then she chose hers. And I'm not saying it comes down to the table. Her display was genuinely brilliant. I'm just trying to assess and see what I can use to try and improve. But positioning wise, it was very prominent. Like, as soon as you come into the room, you can see her display. So even within the room, she had a very good position. And she was the last person to choose a table, right? I don't know how much that affects the psychology of people who come in. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but it stands to reason that if you are the first thing I see when I walk into the room, even if I go around and touch everything, I'm more likely to come around and like stop by and say hi. I was right next to her, so I think I also benefited from that. So I'm not saying like, oh yeah, it's not like a comparison thing. It's more so I'm trying to learn from like the people around me and see what I can do to be better, right? So yeah, there's just so much stuff like that I picked up today, and I'm really excited to do more cons. Like, imagine it, given how well Anime Con went, imagine how like a card game focused con would go, right? Oof, I'm excited. I'm excited, you guys. I'm excited. 3 girls. Yeah. Actually, I think no, I wasn't the only boy in the room. I think I was the only. No, there was one other male seller in the room. People had their friends with them. There were like one person, the girl next to me had a male friend with her, but there was, and the girl on the other side of me had her brother with her. And he was awesome as well. He was doing some stuff for Multiverse. It was a whole thing. But there was one other male seller in the room, right? Lots of female sellers, lots of female artists. So happy for everything going good. So glad I stuck around for all these years and many more. Hey, much love, bro. Much love, much love, much love. Yeah, no, legit. You have been among the GOATs. Jojo, you too. All of you guys, honestly, have been amazing. Are there a lot of cons in the UK for TCGs? So you know what? I've actually pissed myself off. I fumbled the bag. I will put my hands up and say, yesterday I almost crashed out because I fumbled the bag. Because I had my finger on the trigger. So I subscribed to the newsletters for, there aren't that many, but the ones that there are big. Like there is is it UK Card Con or London Card Con that they do that is just for like card games, right? And I had my trigger on the pulse because the tickets for vendors went live yesterday, right? I had been watching it for like a month. And when the tickets went live, I was setting up for Anime Con, and I said to myself, okay, the second I'm done setting up, I'm gonna hop on there because they don't go live until like 6 p.m. I'll hop on there, right? I'll be there like I'll be an early bird, right? I'm gonna be there in the first like hour or two, and I'll grab my ticket, and then I'm chilling, right? Who's watching it? Who's watching it like I'm watching it, right? First 2 hours, boom, done, bro. The tickets went live at 6. I checked in at 8 after I had finished setting up for Anime Con. Gone. There were no more vendor tickets. Within the first like 30 minutes, they were gone, right? There are vendor tickets for like other card games, like sports card games and everything, and those tickets still exist. But for TCGs, bro, they were gone in 30 minutes. I was like, yo, I lost it. I was on the drive back home. I had to pull over. I'm my heart, right? So that's a big hit. That was a big hit because I was really, really looking forward to, I'm gonna end this. I was really, really looking forward to that convention because it's like my actual niche. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go as a buyer. There's another one happening in August, right? That one's happening in May. I'll go to the August one as a vendor. I'm going to try my best to get a vendor spot for the August one. For the May one, I'll go as a customer, and I might look around. I might see if any of the vendors are interested because they're there to sell cards, right? So I might see if any of the vendors are interested in carrying some of like the novelty cards and doing a system where for every, like getting a QR code system where for every download that comes from a given QR code, I'll know where that QR code download came from, and maybe doing like a commission basis for the sellers that are there, because I didn't want to just give up after I had missed out on the opportunity, right? Because I was really upset after missing out on the buy window for those vendor tickets. So I was really like thinking, what can I do? And that was the solution that came into my head, is like, okay, maybe see if any of the vendors are willing to like just have like a stack of my business cards on the thing, and with the regular sales that they do, be like, oh hey, and also there's this new card game that's out right now, maybe check it out. And if the person does download it, then give a commission to the homie, right? Like I'm just trying to make the best of every situation, right? So that's what that was, right? So yeah, I'm in California. We have a ton of little and big ones. I'm gonna start traveling, right? I'm trying to keep it localized to the UK this year. So I'm gonna go to like the Birmingham cons. I might even go to the con in Scotland that's happening. And then once like once I'm comfortable, once I've got the process for this down, I'm gonna start looking to go to like the big ones, even in the US and stuff like that. How about sending a box of cards to content creators as promotional material? I mean, that's not a bad idea. I feel like that's the kind of thing that works better after launch. Because right now, a box of cards doesn't really do anything, right? It would just be like pretty things to look at. Because it's not a traditional TCG in the same sense of like doing an unboxing for something like Yu-Gi-Oh! Where like it would just be like, this is really pretty art, more so. I swear there aren't physical cards. What I've decided is that I've made novelty cards that sort of represent the physical cards. They have QR codes, and in the full release of the game, you can use the codes on the backs of those cards to unlock the actual cards. So when the game comes out, I can do that. I can send people like, oh hey, here are the codes for all of these cards. Here are the novelty cards for all of these cards. Go into the game. Go ahead and download yourself whatever, like this really cool deck, and give it a try. 100%. 100% that's a good idea. 100%. But in terms of the lead up, because that won't be for another, I want to say we're maybe like, if this is February, March, April, May, June, July, 5 months at least, in my opinion, from the full release, right? Because I want to run it, I want the open beta to be out like maybe next month, if possible. If possible. I want us to move into beta next month, spend a couple months in beta, do the Kickstarter, and then use the money for the Kickstarter to fund the last bits that we're doing to get us into alpha. So I'm aiming for like July, August for the full release. So that's like 6 months out. I'm looking to cover that promotional space of 6 months so that when the full game is coming out, we've already got the hype and the buzz going. You get me? Low-key, I want to do the same. Travel for cons would be great. Honestly, it was. I'm looking forward to it because this con was amazing. I recommend having other merch too. That was it was one of the things that I learned today. Right, my table in comparison to the others, like I had an iPad display, which did make me stand out. It was unique, so people could come over and like play the game and see what was up. But other than that, I felt like my table was relatively bare because when they told me, oh, you have a 4-foot table, I was like, okay, so I've got 4 feet of space to work with. That's not that much space. So I'll have my iPad display, I'll have my book, I'll have my binder with all of the cards, and I'll have a poster, and that will take up the 4 feet. 1, 4 feet is bigger than I thought it was, and 2, everyone had like these stacks, these like it's like buildable, stackable things to maximize on the space. It's like they created shelf space for themselves, so that 4 feet wasn't 4 feet. They built upwards, which didn't even occur to me mentally before the con. So I'm absolutely investing in that because it gives you so much more display space to show off so much more stuff, right? So mine was relatively low. It was low to the ground compared to everyone else's. Like the person next to me had like a 3-story shelf thing. Person over here had a 4-story shelf thing. Like it was so cool. I learned so much about what goes into like a thing for a convention, and I tried to do research beforehand, but I think certain things just didn't occur to me because I know I've seen things like that before. It just didn't really occur to me that that would be something that I would do in this instance, right? So yeah. That's what it is. So next month the app will be on the Google iOS store. No, for the open beta, I'm still not I decided not to put the open beta on the Play Store. The open beta will still be on test flight, and you'll still download it via the APK. It's more so what we're doing internally that changes it to an open beta. So the functionality, like the contest hall, will be working, so you can match with friends, so on and so forth. But internally, it's only really changing internally, right? Externally, it's not really going to change. Only the full release is going to be on the full like Play Stores and everything. So is it a 1-for-1 or do you get a pack? It's a 1-for-1, right? With the novelty cards, I'm doing it 1-for-1. You get the Wandering Ryu. I only made novelty cards for UR cards and a few like rare or important limited rarity cards because it's like, okay, if it's a 1-to-1, you want to get the best cards out of it. But someone pointed out that I should have done it. I should have had decks, right? What if someone wanted to get an entire deck? I think I underestimated how much people might actually like the game. So I was just doing it based on my favorite cards and like the UR cards. But like if someone wanted to get all the QR codes for a functioning deck, I need to do more of those. And so I need to have spaces in my binder for stuff like that, right? But yeah, so that's what's up. Sending cards to people can be hit or miss as they might overanalyze the physical card quality. I mean, I'll put a disclaimer that like, yo, these aren't the trading cards. These are just novelty cards. You're not supposed to actually play with them, right? But yeah, that's what's up. You think 4 feet is small? That's 1.2 meters. You think I know what 1.2 meters is? That's crazy. They're closet organizers, very efficient closet organizers. The space management was immaculate, right? I learned so much. Wait, I think I have a silly idea. Please tell me the silly idea, right? But yeah, no, I was able, and I had the idea. So my initial plan was to come and have like a loop of gameplay going. I was gonna have on the iPad videos from the YouTube just playing in the background for people to see. But then I thought, okay, what would actually be more interesting is having a gameplay demo. And so I started playing against the AI. But what I realized was by playing against the AI, I wasn't focusing on customers. And then I had another idea, which is you can just do a 10 pull on the device like this. Just have a 10 pull be done. It looks weird because of the spacing that we've done for it to fit onto the screen here. And then just leave it on the screen like this, right? Just leave it like this. And when people come by the booth, they can swipe and get that dopamine and see what it's like to acquire cards in the game, right? So they can see the UR cards displayed on the table here, right? And then they can see the rest of the cards that we have in the digital space to gain that understanding. So I'm gonna keep on having like that card display to allow people to do 10 pulls and stuff like that. So we want to host tournaments at some point, correct? How about for prizing, we give codes that grant alt art of cards? I mean, that's not a bad idea. I'm gonna write that down. That's alt art codes for tournament prizes. So one of my main things for tournament prizing, where's my pen? One of my main things for tournament prizing is I've got a couple of different ideas for tournament prizing already. If depending on how successful the game is, will determine how much I can invest in terms of like actual prize support, like money that you can get for winning events, because it depends on how much money we have to like actually give for an event like that. But in lieu of money, like I have put together plans for like, okay, if you win an event, the winner of the event, like let's say there's 3 cards on the chopping block or 3 cards that have the potential to be released into the game, the winner of the tournament gets to choose the card that gets added to the game. And then there's another type of tournament where if you win the tournament, so think of that like a more common occurrence, and then like a special type of tournament where the winner might have the winner would have the opportunity to sit down with the design team afterwards and help to design like a full card for the game that would be able to be added in. That's the kind of, because the slogan of the game is build the game you want to play. I've always been like big on community interaction and involvement and like idea sharing and all those kinds of things. I mean, one of the features on the website is a custom card creator. That was one of the first things I added in because I wanted to see, like, I want people to feel like this game is like also theirs to hold on to. So that's a version of prize support as well. But QR codes is also a very good like middle of the road thing as well, if we're not trying to be as extreme as literally shift the meta of the game. Instead of that, it can be something along the lines of, hey, or that can be an additional thing, or even for runners up, right? QR codes for marked cards as prize support. Thank you, Jojo. For marked cards as prize support. I can send you a link if you don't know where to find them. Only boy, that would be helpful. I was going to do some research this evening. You would streamline that process if you could just like plop a link in the Discord. That would be super helpful. Thank you so much. I'll be honest, dog, I would not mind a poster of the cover art of the game. That's going to be one of the rewards for the Kickstarter when that goes live, right? Honestly, I was hoping that the Kickstarter would go live around the time of MBT's video because I just assumed it would take him longer. I genuinely did. He was really, really good about it. I assumed it would take him longer, so I thought I would have more time to get ready because I don't want to launch the Kickstarter until the beta is ready, because the whole premise of the Kickstarter is, look, I got this game to open beta so you can trust me. Like, this isn't, because there are so many Kickstarter games that end up being scams or they don't get finished, so I wanted to build this game on my own back first. And obviously on the backs of like the people who have helped me up until now, right? But I think at present I have invested over 60,000 pounds of like my own money that I've like worked for over the past few years to get the game to where it is, right? And so the idea is that investment from me shows people like this is a game that is here. There's passion behind it. There's drive behind it. It's not going nowhere. Like, I'm all in on this, right? Like, this is a project that you can trust with the investment, basically. And so once people see that, hopefully that like drives further like engagement and so on and so forth. Sweet Mother of Pro, I'm telling you, dude, I could have built a house. I could have built, no, bought. I could have bought a house, but I have a vision for this. I have a dream for this, and I really today made I felt. I've never questioned whether or not I could do this. I never questioned. Well, actually, no, that's not true. Everyone has those moments of doubt, but like you always push forward. But today, I don't know. I don't have the words for it, bro. Today felt good. Today was a good damn day, right? It wasn't like a mind-blowing, like, oh yes, this is a day where I went viral and blew up and I'm taking over the world. No, it felt like a day where I took a step, right? A big, impactful, meaningful step. And there will need to be more big steps to come, right? That's how you get a long distance, right? It's not just like, oh, you take one big step and you're there, right? There's going to be more big steps, and there's going to be little steps too. I'm just happy that this feels like a big step that was taken. So today was great. Today was great. 6K house, but a car maybe? No. Neoshock, 60, as in 60K. 60K is how if I were to do the math, I think by now it's gone up to like 67 or 68K at this point that's gone into the development of this game. When you factor in all of the comics, all of the music, all of the card art, all of the development, we've done some promotion here and there, like everything that's gone into the game so far, we're looking at about 68K, right? From me personally, there's been investments from other people. Right, other people have stepped in and like helped out here and there. I'm talking about out of my own pocket, right? Posted it in general. Thank you very much. I love you, man. I want to see your dream come true with this game. Hey, thank you, and hold that winner's trophy at the end of a tournament for some of this Nexus. That would be sick, man. That would be sick. Man could have built a nice house with that. I'm telling you, like I could have done a lot with that kind of dough, because that is like thinking about it. I have put everything that I have into it, right? It's a day that showed all the work you did coming true. Honestly, like, I feel like it's a proof that I have worked hard. Because, like, I make, like 28K a year? So I took just enough to eat and to do the things I, like, to fulfill my responsibility, to do things I need to do over the last 3 years. And the rest just went into this. Right? Like, I don't even want to get into how some of this stuff into what it took to get to where we are, right? Because I'm a teacher. I'm on a teacher's salary, right? So 28K a year in 3 years for 68K to have gone into the game. What does that mean? Right? But no, I'm grateful. Right? So yeah, that's what's up. That's like a little update for how AnimeCon went. There's so much more I could say. It was a dream, man. It was, woo! And I talked to some people, like there were kids and adults alike who came, and we were talking, we were vibing, and we also talked about like anime and other stuff. It wasn't just like, oh yeah, come like my card game and like pay attention to like my work. No, it was just like actually vibing and connecting with people, which was really, really fun. It was really, really fun. You only kept 16 pounds, just barely 16K pounds barely over the past 3 years. I'm telling you, I helped and will help with the next Kickstarter too. I love you, bro. Hey, thank you. Honestly, Brandon, you're one of the ones who've had my back since the beginning. I don't think I would have had the means to start the project in the first place without the support of people like you, Storm Raven, Zane, just so many people, right? If I sit down and start thinking about it, Ace, Soluxus, like. Yeah, nah, it's I'm grateful for you guys. I'm grateful to you guys for believing in me. Genuinely. It means the world. But yeah, so I want to, because there are more people who are like in the Discord now, more people who are aware of the game and like have the potential to be somewhat active, and will have questions and stuff like that. I know I usually spend my weekends like hardcore developing. I need to get into that habit of having like a dedicated day on the weekend where it's just like, hey, let's kick it, let's play the new build, let's vibe on that. What's that is I live in London, but I'm currently outside of London. Oh, dude, I mean, I think AnimeCon is sold out for tomorrow. I was about to say, like, you could come through. Hey, listen. I'm gonna be around. I'm gonna be going to as many conventions as possible. So there's every possibility that you can come through and hang out. Right? Fight me. Yeah, right? Don't bring my name next to the elites. Me a peasant. Hey, bro. Don't even talk like that. You've had my back since jump. You're the one who looks out for me and makes sure that I actually like eat and sleep and survive. If I hadn't survived this long, the game wouldn't get done. All right, Seluxus wants a fight. Am I happy taking this deck in? Someone pointed out the fact to me that the starter decks, like, they're introductory, but they're not, like, good enough to be competitive, which I kind of like, right? I don't want to hold your hand that much. Play around with it, learn the mechanics of the game, and then, you know, build your own deck, right? I will fight you with the starter deck, though. Let's throw hands. I want customizations, though. I don't like. I obviously I love all of the backgrounds. I love all of the art in my game, but I have things that I prefer that I've gotten used to playing with. That I would rather be using. Let's go with this background, this card art. We'll go with. I'm playing the Wandering subset. I'll go with Ryu. We'll go with this icon, and we'll go with. I went with which card sleeve? Okay, I went with the Galaxy card sleeve, so I will go with the Enchanted Forest matte. Right? Let's put all that together. Equip. Come over here. Customize this real quick. Equip. And I'll just go with the default music. I'm not looking to do too much right now on music. Let's go. So let's just, are you on the latest build? Is the question. Because if you're not on the latest build and you try and fight me, you will crash the game. I guess we're about to find out. Let's see. Right? I also went download the game to play it while the stream was on. Hey, yo, thank you so much. Hey, legit, thank you, because there's going to be so many people with so many questions now. Okay, and I am up against Seluxus. Sick. What do I want to do? This is an actual game. I have to actually think. Okay. This is how I like to open with the Ancient Aria deck. I like having Boss Guardian in defense, Ryu ready to go on an offensive or to stay defensive, and we sacrifice Aurora because that's what we do here. Is it worth a barrier? I'm gonna save barrier. Yeah, I save barrier here. End. That's it. Personally, I started... What just happened? No, wait, what? This... So, Luxus, are you on the same build as me? Because we didn't... This is the first crash that's been reported on this build. You're on the latest, you swear? Okay, then that must have just been a freak accident then. I don't... Because, no, I haven't seen a single full app crash. I've seen freezes, but I haven't seen a full app crash on this build. Right? I thought we had moved past that. I thought we left the full app crashes in 2024. Right? I thought we left the full app crashes in 2024. Let's go again. Right? So Luxus must not be on the... I mean, hey, it's... I mean, this phone has been on all day. I was using it for, like, displays and stuff, so maybe that's what it is. But let's just leave it. Let's just try again. Personally, a starter deck should give you a good example of a deck and easy to take apart for your own deck. Valid. I don't think I did that very well. I don't think I did. You've been quite busy, but have you seen any of the new Striker stuff? I'll be honest, if it's Sky Strikers, I know that like they did, I think, an anime sort of thing for it. Haven't seen it. I haven't had the time, which I kind of love. I kind of love that I've been too busy to play other card games as of recent, because it's like, oh, hey, I have my own one to worry about. You feel me, right? Not right now, but I'm interested in doing 3D sculpts of other indies. Would you be interested in that? Maybe next month? If so, hey, that would be... I don't know... if I'm honest, I don't know what that would entail, right? I'm naive on that front, but like that sounds really, really cool. That something went wrong with Summoner's Nexus. Summoner's Nexus because the app has a bug. Oh, okay. We need to log that. What's our time code? Our time code is 43. 43 minutes in, app is crashing. Says that there's a bug. What? App crash. Okay. All right. Wait, am I on the latest build? No, I am. I am on the latest. I am on the latest build. Aren't I? Hold on. Wait. Let me double check something. Files. Yeah, 9 hours to go. I am most definitely on the latest build. So, Luxus, what day? When did you download yours? Right? Did you download yours today? I'm an idiot. It's hard to be this stupid. It is. Yeah, no, you're not on the latest build, but it's not your fault. The latest build isn't on the website. I got a build while I was at AnimeCon. I am so dumb. I got a build while I was at AnimeCon, and I didn't have my system, so I couldn't update the website with the build. So everyone who downloaded the game today is on an old build of the game, because as of today, there's a new build of the game. Okay, let's get this updated. Let's get this updated as quickly as we can. That is embarrassing a little bit, actually. Let's sign in and do what we need to do to get this build live on the website. Jesus Christ, Saul. New APK. Yep. I don't know how I've managed this. I genuinely don't know how I've managed this. So no, my phone doesn't need an update. Your phone needs an update. Because I was like, this is insane. We left game crashes. We left full app crashes in like September of 2024. Like, we haven't had a full app crash. Actually, no, that's a lie. No, it's not that far away. But it's been a while since we had a full app crash as a bug that we needed to sort out. Let's sign this in. My system's a little bit laggy. It always gets laggy when I stream because it's very old and very bad. But I will try and do this as quickly as I can. So yeah, we won't be able to play against each other. Duh, I meant to update to that one too, but I forgot. Yeah, you saw it as well, right? You saw it. You saw it as well. Was it like Bilal posted it either today or like last night or something when I wasn't able to update before con? You're away from the system and quite busy today after all. I think he might have posted it like last night, and I was coming back from setting up from the con, so I didn't have the wherewithal to like sort it out, right? It was either last night or today, and I think today was when I just downloaded it. There should probably be a banner on the website saying to always check and download the latest build. I mean, we post in the Discord every time a new build gets added, right? So people should be able to know, but I mean, there's no harm in putting a banner like that, like for some notice. You make a good point, right? But yeah, so unfortunately, I mean, the benefit of that is that everyone who downloaded the game today should be able to play against each other. I'm now just very glad that no one asked to play against me, because that would have made the game look so much worse than it actually is, right? Because I would have been like, oh yeah, I've got a working game, it's this, it's that. I would have been like, oh yeah, you can play full matches, you know, we have some freezes sometimes, but like, it works, and then it would have just crashed every single time. I got so lucky. Oh, that is hilarious to me. Right, that is hilarious to me. Okay, let's SN APKs. Right, I have a system. I have a system for how I do these things. It's not a good system. It's not an organized system, mind you. It's just a system. SN space APKs. And let's give her a go. It should be done downloading in a sec. I'll upload it to... Why am I not signed in? Excuse you. This is my computer. Right? How dare you ask me for my password? I don't know it. Hold on. Okay, cool. So it's downloaded onto my system. I just need to upload it back onto my drive. And once it's on my drive, I will have a link that I will then be able to put on the website for everyone to use. Sorry about that. That is a little bit embarrassing. I'm updated now. Oh right, yeah, you have access to the game dev group chat, so we can try. Can iOS play with the Android people? So right now on the latest build, no, because Android will always receive updates before iOS. Android has received the latest update. iOS has not received the latest update, right? So if you're not on the latest build, then yes. If you are on the latest build, then no, because Android is further ahead. All right, let's test this real quick. If Soluxus is updated, then we should not have any problems mollywopping his ass. Let's see, right? And while that is happening over there, I am over here, sorting out my links. Let's sort out these links. Okay. Download to my PC is done. Yep, and it didn't crash. Okay, yeah, it was that we were on different builds. I mean, that is very reassuring. That is very comforting to know that I can have that much confidence in my game where it's like, oh, hey, if the game isn't working in this specific way, it's because you're stupid, not because the game isn't working. So that's good, at least. Alright, so yeah, declaration phase is done. Wave start. So, who has turn priority? Oh, you know what? Oh, and it's so cool. We can check the dual log for that kind of stuff, right? The dual log will tell us, I see a bug. I see a bug. The dual log is not supposed to tell me. I thought we had fixed this. 51 minutes in. Where's my pen? Right? 51 minutes in. The dual log is showing me what my opponent put face down. Right? It should only show me what I put face down. 51... dual log showing ops face down. Right? So, sorry Soluxus, I've cheated. You can go ahead and cheat too and look at what I have face down. But it shows you, like, phase by phase, everything that has happened. So you can actually, like, track and go back in case you don't remember. So I have turn priority. I'm going to go introduction first and foremost. Right? What's the new synergy ratings of the Wandering subset? Ryu is at a 7. What did you activate? Oh, the dual log is so nice. What did you activate? Okay, Monkey King. Got it. So you are most likely going to Kieran, if I had to guess. If I had to guess, I feel like I sense a Kieran coming. So we're going to incinerate. Let's incinerate Ryu. Let's incinerate Ryu. Ooh, wait, no, I knew you had Wandering Gaze set. I'm so stupid. So you change the target to a different card. Sick. And I will follow that up. I will follow that up with Kieran, yeah. But yeah, no, it's 7 for Ryu. I think Wukong is what? Like a... I think Wukong... Okay, yeah, Wukong is a 7 for Ryu. Wukong is a 6. And then there are a couple of them that are 4s, right? So you've got like 4s and 7s. Is the last card that you have Freeze? I feel like it was Freeze. I feel like it was Freeze. Oh? We have a bug. Wandering Gaze was used. Wandering Gaze was used. We are 52 minutes in. Wandering Gaze was used. The target wasn't changed. Wandering Gaze... target was not changed. Okay, so Freeze coming out. Our opponent, what's it called? Arya is a 3, so you have a 5 avatar deck. Draw deck? What do you mean? Arya is a 3, so you have a 5 avatar deck. Draw deck. Wait, what happened? No, I think I'm just stupid. You surrendered? I'm happy to be a winner. I'm happy to be a winner. I should have been cooked. I felt like I felt like the tide was about to turn in your favor. Why did you surrender? What happened? Oh, wait, Neoshark, I know what you're talking about. No. That's not how it works anymore. That's not how it works. That's been changed, right? So, come with me. I targeted the red You froze your own card. Okay, I'm with you. I got you. Yeah, no, red is you, blue is your opponent. Because player 1, player 2. That's how it used to be on consoles. Red was player 1 and blue was player 2. I think more recently, blue is player 1 and red is player 2. But I grew up on the PlayStation 2, and I feel like that's how I remember it being. So, yeah. Normally you're blue, your opponent is red. Valid. I've actually thought a lot about whether or not I should change that just for simplicity's sake, because I can see people getting confused by that. That has been a recurring thought in my brain. But because we've built so much around like those color schemes, I don't think it would be that hard to change, but like I feel like it's just become sort of the culture of the game, right? But yeah, NeoShock. It's not the resource deck system is completely different now. You can't see it that well. You know what? I'll just move it on the screen for you. So you have 5 avatars in your hand, 5 runes in your opening hand, and then you have 5 avatars in your resource deck and 5 runes in your resource deck. So you build a 20 card deck now instead of a 15 card deck, and you draw 2 cards per turn instead of drawing 1, because what we found that drawing 1 card per turn wasn't impactful enough. You couldn't, like, your draw for a turn in terms of the resources you were gaining was not doing enough for you to like keep you in the game in a meaningful way, right? So we made it so that you draw 2 cards per turn, but the only way to have that be the case without just emptying your draw deck instantly was to allow you to draw more cards. But the synergy system was built around the number 10. Sorry, for anyone who's new here, I'm throwing around a lot of terms. So basically, every single card in the game has a number for its synergy rating. Ryu has a synergy rating of 7, right? That means for Ryu to exist in your deck, you have 10 slots for avatars, right? 10 magic, the avatars being the monsters. You need to have 7 wandering monsters, 7 monsters from his family. I'll click on this so you can see it, right? 7 monsters from his family in order for him to be able to use his effects and battle properly. So it limits your deck building options to other, like, so for example, if there was a deck that had a synergy rating of 4, well, with Ryu's synergy rating of 7, they can't coexist properly, right? One of them would have to give up their effects. And so the game was balanced around the max synergy of any given deck being 10. So when doubling the cards in the resource deck to allow you to draw twice per turn, or to draw 2 cards per turn, I made it so that you have 2 sides to your resource deck. The avatar side of your resource deck, which is still capped at 5, so it just gives you more deck building flexibility, and then just added 5 runes to the resource deck. So now you draw 1 avatar per turn, 1 rune per turn. You have a 10 card resource deck, and you are allowed to just fully dedicate all 10 avatar slots to deck building however you want without being restricted or having to worry about runes in that way. So it just made it just opened up so much more flexibility in the game. It's so much more comfortable to play like this and to deck build like this without like feeling like you've given up all of your rune slots, because before it used to be the same compartment that you put everything in, and that just didn't, it just wasn't good. It didn't make sense. So this is a lot better. So that's why the Wandering subset can coexist comfortably with the Arias, because the Wandering subset is he's a synergy rating 7. The rest of them are like 6, 4, stuff like that. But they're a synergy rating of 3 across the board, so they fit very comfortably into a deck with him. So there are 2 piles, or is it just coded to get one of each? It's just coded to get one of each, right? The physical resource deck isn't actually on the field. Actually, no, technically it is. But like that, it's just there. It doesn't do anything, right? But yeah, it's just coded so that you draw 1 avatar and 1 rune every single turn. Cards that allow you to draw 1 card from the resource deck now just draw at random. They'll either draw an avatar or a rune at random, and whichever one. Yeah, no, it's just that they draw at random. And then later on, we might have cards that, like, specify, like, oh, draw an avatar or draw a rune from your resource deck, right? And so, just like that, we fixed one of our biggest issues in the game, right? Now that I know what deck Seluxus is trying to fight me with, I want to fight him with something else. Right? Damn the exchange nerf. Yeah, that was a subtle nerf to card exchange. I mean, it wasn't on purpose. Card exchange already wasn't like that good. Yeah, card exchange already wasn't that good. I feel like I'm comfortable saying that. It only worked in like some specific strategies, because like in a card game where you get to choose which cards are in your opening hand. You get to choose the 10 cards that go into your opening hand. A card that allows you to discard a card from your hand to draw a random card is never going to be that good, right? Just put the card you wanted in your hand in the first place. It's only good in very monster-heavy strategies where it's like, okay, you give up, instead of having 5 avatars and 5 runes, you have 6 avatars and 3 runes, right? Is basically the trade, because you discard a rune to draw an extra avatar, and then you obviously send card exchange to the graveyard, so you have 3 runes left, 6 avatars, which is already just not good card economy. But if some decks are very monster dependent, then yes, that's what they used it for. Those decks have been nerfed, unfortunately. But they are benefited in the fact that they have more room for more monsters now, which is awesome. And most decks that have that issue are already decent on draw power already. Like the Gladiator subset has more than enough draw power. There's card exchange. They can run. They have card exchange at their disposal. They have a rune that allows them to just draw a card basically for free, and a card that basically boss guardians. Like when it's destroyed, you draw a card. Like they've got enough draw power. How is the Reaper subset? Still a menace? Still a menace, yeah. The Reaper subset is still strong, in my opinion, right? I think it's still a very solid contender. Let's equip this to deck slot 2. And I'll take it for a swing. Just wait for the Royal Enchanters. They'll make card exchange good again. I mean, if you say so. I feel like it's just difficult to make a card like card exchange good in a game like this. Like imagine there was imagine in chess, right? Because in chess you start with the same pieces in every single game. Imagine there was a card in chess, or a piece in chess that said, "Oh hey, let your opponent capture me, and let your opponent capture one of your other pieces as well, and just add a random piece to your hand, or potentially add nothing to your hand, because if you draw a rune that you don't need, well, if you draw a monster that you don't need, then it's like, okay, this is basically useless, right? I don't feel like that's very good. I just don't feel like I would rather just stick with the known entities on my board. That would be broken. I don't think it would be. Why? How is that broken? Right? In a situation where, like, for example, you might have to discard your queen is what I'm thinking. Imagine trading 2 pawns. No, okay, no. In that analogy, they wouldn't be allowed to be pawns. Okay, I see what you mean. When I said chess pieces, I was thinking about the back row, right? I was thinking about the back row pieces. A pawn would be too generic, so fair enough, right? That would be broken. You are right. That would be broken. I was thinking you would have to give up 2 of your back row pieces to get a random piece. So yeah. You don't trade a queen, you trade a rune. You trade a rune slot, right? So you have 2... Wait, what? Yeah, you trade a rune slot. You trade effectively 2 card slots for a random card that you draw from your resource deck, right? A rune is a pawn. I wouldn't equate a rune to a pawn at all. Have you seen... Some of the runes in this game are broken, right? Freeze, Incinerate... Exorcism, what's it called? Shield Wall is not broken. Shield Wall is perfectly balanced. I used to think that Shield Wall was crazy, but no, Shield Wall is balanced, right? Like, I would equate the runes in this game, like the runes that you could potentially have. Zodiac Barrier, Wandering Anim, what else? I don't know why I can only think of Wandering subset runes right now, right? I would put runes on the level of... You're right, not a queen, but like the rooks and bishops and knights and so on and so forth. My statement only works if you actually read the Royal Enchanters. I did not finish reading it. No, I'm sorry. There were too many things on the top. Like, I read like the first 2, and then I realized I would not understand, because I read them and I didn't understand. I was like, okay, what are we building towards? And then I realized I would need to read everything to understand, and I was like, okay, I'll come back to this. I should probably go back to it, because I have a bit of time tonight, so I might round back around. I might go back around to it. So yeah, yeah, that is everything. I am. God, I'm just over the moon, man. Today was a good day. Today was a day that I'm grateful for. Today was a day where we made some big progress, and I'm looking forward to tomorrow, right? I've set my expectations. I'm not thinking it's gonna like be a massive like life defining moment. It's just like I said, a big step, right? Like we've got a few more eyes on us. That's more than what I could have asked for. That's more than what I had yesterday, right? And so we just keep on refining the game, trying to catch bugs. We have a lot of bug fixes that we need to do. So I need to get on that. But yeah, also the contest hall is almost ready, right? The contest hall is still in development. I want to get footage of this because I want the dev team to be able to see it. I want to be able to quote a time code for them. So basically, we're going to refine the way the contest hall looks because right now this is just like the template. Well, it's going to be very similar to this. It's just going to look nicer. It's going to be cleaned up and made a bit more streamlined, right? Get your ass some rest. Tomorrow is another busy day. It is. I will get to bed on time. Don't you worry. Right. But yeah, there's a few bits and bobs that I do want to take care of before I get to sleep. How concrete contest hall? That's just where you go for PvP matches. Duel rooms basically is a contest hall, right? That way we can do tournaments because currently you can only match up on the ranked ladder, which is completely random. But if we can do duel rooms, then we can. As soon as duel rooms work, tournaments can happen. So that's why I'm really prioritizing getting duel rooms done, and then I'm gonna go back to like proper bug fixing and everything. How concrete do you think the July release date is? Nothing is concrete. There's no concrete. It's sand. It's sand. It's paper. What else is flimsy? Air. It's oxygen, basically. I have learned. This game has humbled me. This game has humbled me and humbled me and humbled me because whatever you think the timeline for the game is, if the game decides, yeah, no, I'm not going to be working by then the game is not going to be working by then. You can graft, you can grind, you can bleed, you can sweat, you can cry, and sometimes the schedule, you are at the whims of the schedule, right? I can do my best. But nah. It's not. It is the aim. It is the target. It is not like steadfast and solid and set in stone. If it ends, my only real anchor is it needs to be out before the end of 2025. I want the full game out in 2025. But in terms of when the beta ends, whenever it's ready to end is what I'm thinking, right? It also depends on how well the Kickstarter goes. If the Kickstarter goes really, really well, the game will come out earlier. If the Kickstarter doesn't do as well, then it'll take longer, so it depends. Okay, let's test now. Oh, one thing I want to do. Okay, let me create a room, right? So I'll create a room with, let's just say, 6 tables. How do I... It's not letting me... What's happening? Oh, it's because you can't go under a certain number. Okay. So how do I do this then? Is it because it's because I'm doing it through the emulator. Okay, all right. Hold on. AP power keyboard. But how do I actually use the AP keyboard? Do I just type the number? I just typed the number. Okay, got it. And we can turn this on. Confirm. And so the ability to make rooms works perfectly fine, right? You can make a room, awesome. If someone puts in that code, they can join the room, awesome. After that is where things start to fall apart, which is sort of where things start to be important. So that's not what you want to see. I will join the room on my other device, my testing device, NC. It's all caps. I don't know if the caps actually matters. I've never tried it without it being all caps. NC 2XYC. So I'll join the room and I sit down at a table. So you can now see that I am sat at a table waiting for someone to participate with me and to engage. So sit down over here. Boom. Right? We can hop in. We can play together. Right? He pushes play, but then it bugs out on my side. Right? It bugs out on my side for some reason. Right? I'm no longer sitting at the table. Right? I didn't push anything else. He still has I'm on his screen. I'm still on the table. I still have the ability to do stuff, right? But for him, for this guy over here, it's gone, right? If I sit over here, right? Oh, so Luxus is trying to sit at the table with me. So Luxus, you can sit at the table with Sol 2. We'll see if that works, right? What's our time code? I'll time code this at 107 Contest Hall. right? How are you doing spectating? Short answer, I'm not. It is proven too complex to spectate people live in this game. Let's test this, actually. Okay, so we have a working match, right? Against the Luxus, we have a working match. Awesome, cool, great, that's beautiful, right? So he and I can play against each other in the room, go back and forth. Now, what I want to showcase is the issue that I've been running into is if I quit this, right? Okay, so Luxus wins, awesome. First things first, it takes me all the way back home, right? I have to go through here to get back in. It should just take me back to the contest hall. But let's say he and I decide that we want to play again. Actually, wait, no. It worked. Before it was just loading me directly into the game with him again, but I have the option to leave now. Never mind. No, I don't. I can't leave. I can't leave, right? After I've played one game with someone, I cannot leave the table with them. So that's another problem. Contest hall 109. Can't leave. Right? So that's another thing. I think I can play against you again. If you also push play, maybe. Right? I'm assuming that you might be pushing play. Let me know. It won't let you leave either, so we're both trapped and neither of us can play. So basically it breaks after one game. Right? Leaves room. Right? So the contest hall still needs work. We can't host tournaments until we fix all this functionality. Right? But yeah. So these next few months will be to polish PvP and address a few more small bugs, right? Yeah, we're not adding any more cards in the pre-alpha. The alpha won't have any new cards either. The beta will launch with this 70 cards, right? The beta will launch with this 70 cards. It's about polish and functionality. And then when the beta launches, we launch the Kickstarter beside it. If the Kickstarter is successful, then during the open beta, we will add the outstanding 53 cards, right? So 53 cards will be added over the course of the open beta. And then once the open beta is done, we end year 0, launch year 1, and we start having set releases from the start of year 1, right? Is the idea. The beta will hang for a while after the 3 cards are done to give us time to work on the year 1 cards. And again, it depends on how much funding we secure off the Kickstarter. But that is the current working plan, right? How are they getting around not being able to spectate in Pokemon TCG Pocket is screen sharing tournaments. So what we're going to be doing, and I mean, maybe we'll do that as well. Maybe we will screen share for tournaments. The idea that I've had is to not, because you can't spectate, but we're working on a replay feature where basically each game has a duel log that tracks the events. So the big problem that we have with spectating is that when the game was initially conceived, the team that I was working with did not realize that spectating is a normal part of games like this, like TCGs, right? And so they built the game with a 2-player lobby system in mind. So that was at the very foundation. Everything that we've built over the last 3 years has been on that foundation. To now add a 3rd player to that lobby as a spectator, it just breaks everything, right? So we would have to put in an exorbitant amount of work to get that to function. So the compromise that we've come to is instead of a live spectate feature, we're going to have a replay feature where after a game is done, we get the duel log from that game, and then the game will put, if you push to that you want to watch the replay, the game will put you in a lobby that recreates the events of that game based on the records from the duel log. So if the duel log says, oh, Ryu was summoned in assault here, Ryu attacked there, then the game will just recreate that via the duel log, and so you'll be able to watch the replay of what happened. And so that for me is, it's less tedious than spectator mode, but it's also less glamorous. It's less tedious than screen sharing, but I do agree it's less glamorous. It's less like, oh, you're not seeing it in real time, so it's not as much fun. But that's the only fix that I've really got for it right now, honestly. I'll just disband the room. It should kick us both out. That way you're no longer trapped at the table. So yeah, I need to let Bilal know that the contest hall still isn't working, because I think he was waiting on me to check it. And I had checked it, I just didn't have footage to show him, like, oh hey, I checked it. It's still bugged. But at least now he'll be able to see, because on some devices, no dice at all. At least you and I were able to get into a game, so that's awesome. And then it still ended up bugging out. So, oh, and we didn't even test the chat. We didn't even test the chat because that was also bugged. Let's do that real quick. God, I've done this to myself again. Let's make a 6-table room. Room chat enabled. Confirm. That's interesting. I think screen sharing might be better, especially when running Discord tournaments. I mean, I know it's more engaging, but it is also more, how do I put it? It's more difficult, right? It's more difficult, not just from an organization perspective, but it's also more difficult from an optimization perspective, like on your phone. This game it's a pre-alpha. It's not fully optimized, right? It takes a lot of memory from your phone. It takes a lot of computing power, and so screen recording while playing could, for older devices, make it very difficult. My devices are from, like, I think 2020, like 2018, 2020, that range, and I sometimes have issues when screen sharing and like doing stuff. It's gotten a lot better, right? As you can see, it's running smoothly right now. But I'm thinking of people with older devices and like the setup that would require and whether or not it's worth it, right? I think if I'm casting a tournament, it might just be the case of like, okay, we entertain the audience while the match is ongoing. Then we see the aftermath, right? We don't know who won until we watch the replay. So we still get to see that happen. We still get to see the match happen. We just have to wait for them to finish the thing. Can't see code. Why? Oh, right, of course. One sec. There you go, buddy. Right, and I'll enter on my other device as well. So we've got 3 people in there. T0O 52R. Join. Oh, you're already at a table. Wait. See, look at this. Like, this is what I mean, right? Like, it's so buggy because last time on this phone I saw it when you joined, but look, Sluxus is already in the room, but on the main phone you can't see anything, right? So I don't like, I guess maybe do I have to leave and come back? Maybe if I leave and come back it will refresh. I'm gonna time code that at 116. Right, let's go back in. Okay, and now I can see it, right? So you have it needs to update in real time, even if it needs to do a cycle refresh, right? Because people aren't going to know what's going on. If you don't even see yourself on the table. I think you have to leave the lobby and come back into the lobby, right? Sol 2 is the second best Sol. Valid. I'm just gonna. Oh, not paste. Type. Type, I said. Hey. Okay, I give up. Right? Even you needed to manually refresh? Yeah, it's still bugged. It's still bugged. I was trying to type valid, but VVV works too. Send. And nothing. How necessary is room chat, honestly? How necessary is room chat as a feature? It's supposed to be a quality of life feature. It's supposed to be for quality of life. But do we care if people's lives are low quality? No. Yeah, I guess if it's too much of a burden, then screen sharing might not be an option. The thing with replays is that it would slow down the flow of the tournament stream. I mean, that just comes down to the caster in my mind. If you're able to keep the people entertained, then I'm okay with it, right? It's working, you just gotta refresh. As in, I have to leave the whole contest? Nah, this is... Why do they keep... Because I keep on telling them that this isn't working, and I keep on pointing out this same thing. Why do they keep sending it back to me as though it's working when it still has these same issues? So if I come back in here now, and now I can see everything. Yeah, no, that's not... It needs to work in real time. Right? Because no player... Think about it from a player perspective. No player is going to be in a room with their friends and leave and come in and leave and come in and leave and come in every time they want to send a message. That doesn't make sense. Right? I'm only getting a little bit annoyed because I pointed out this exact same issue like twice already, and then they asked me to check this build as if this had fixed it, and it's exactly the same, right? Which I feel like either it wasn't checked before it was sent across to me, or something along those lines. I'm pushing to sit down, and nothing's happening. But I'm assuming if I leave, do I have to leave and come back in for a manual refresh? That's ridiculous. No one is going to do that. From a player perspective, no one is going to do that. Most people either use voice chat or something like Discord. I don't know. We're able to play a second game, which is nice. Never mind. We're not able to play a second game. Okay, that's cool. I may have spoken a bit too soon. Alright then. Right? It will need to be fixed, but for now I don't think it's among the top priorities. I mean, valid. Valid. I think I need to sleep on it. I need to sleep on it. Right? Because I like to finish one thing and then move on. I'm sorry, did it just break the whole game? Can I not do anything now? Am I just stuck here forever? Cool. Awesome. Yeah, no, that doesn't work. That doesn't work at all. Unfortunately. We just need to ensure that the game is mechanically sound. I mean, that is top priority, I guess, right? The big issue that I have right now is that in terms of mechanics, there are a lot of things that need to be fixed because there are still a lot of things that will freeze or crash the game. Not crash, actually. We mainly get freezes, so there's still a lot of things that have the potential to freeze us that we need to see fixed. Oh my goodness, there's so much to do. There's so much to do. There's so much to do. Right? But yeah, that's cool. That is what it is. All right, I think I'm gonna wrap it here. I just wanted to do like a short little stream to like thank everyone who's joined recently and to see if anyone was about who wanted to play. We managed to get like a portion of a match in, and then Seluxus froze himself, so that's lovely. I see you playing Monopoly Go. You know what's funny? I think, do I have it downloaded on this phone? Yeah, I've got it. I've got like Wudoku, Monopoly Go, Pokemon Go is the only game that I mainly ever play on this one because I just use it for Summoner's Nexus testing. In fact, I don't even know if I do. Take out your frustration on me in a contest, destroy me. That sounded pause. But yeah, let's play one. Let's do one. I'll go with the second starter deck I got, and let's see how it goes. Right? Let's see how it goes. Right? Let's do one. Put one in for old time's sake, and then wrap it up, and then I'll get to work getting ready for tomorrow. Right? I've already gotten to work getting ready for tomorrow. Actually, I got because the iPad. So I had one iPad, but because the game isn't optimized, it was dying faster than it was charging. Oh, by the way, Slugs, I'm on the ranked leaderboard, not in the contest hall. So if you wanna fight, come to the ranked leaderboard. Yeah, the laptop that I was using was dying faster than it was charging, and so I wasn't able to like present. Well, I was able to present consistently. It worked when it needed to, right? I would take it off the table, let it charge for a while, bring it back on. But I realized that the fix there was to just have a second iPad that when one died, put it under the table, let it charge. Seluxus, where are you, my good man? You're queued. Did we queue at the exact same time? Why is it searching for so long? Oh. Okay, so maybe, I don't know if we queued at the same time. Wow, this deck is ass. This deck, what? Did I make this starter, did I give this starter deck to players to use? This hand is doo-doo butter. What am I looking at right now? This is a disgusting hand. What? 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 Why? This is a starter deck. This is a starter deck. I built this. What was I thinking? What was my thought process here? What strategy? Cool. Cool. Maybe it's time to go to bed. Or maybe I deserve that for building such a garbage starter deck. Why did that happen? You and I are on the same build now, that much I know for sure. What possibly could have caused that crash? Crashes usually happen when an effect is used or when a turn phase changes. I can't think of anything that was out of the ordinary there that caused the crash. Let's try one more time and see how it goes. And if it doesn't work, then we do need to just report, because we're on the same build now. There shouldn't be any more crashes. Right? Surely. Unless, was that not Seluxus? Seluxus, was that not you? Wait, yeah, because you're the only one who has a new build. Was that someone else? There's a bunch of new players who have gotten the app today. Hold on, that might not have been you. That's... Okay, so it makes sense now. I got so engrossed in what we were doing. I've uploaded the new build for Android onto the website, but iOS still does not have the latest build, so Android and iOS players cannot play against each other currently, which I probably should have specified in the Discord. I'll make an announcement. Yeah, the new build is live on the website for Android users. So yeah, that's interesting. Nope, it's broken. Wait, what's broken? What's broken? Right, so I'm trying to... And this is why the contest hall is necessary, right? Because now that there's more people who might be on, you could queue, and if there are people who just happen to be trying out the game, you might queue into them accidentally. You think contest hall broke us? What do you mean? Are you queued right now? Did you reset your game? Reset your game, right? Reset the whole app and then come back. Actually, you know what might help? I'll disband that contest. Who am I playing against? Well, I was about to give up. The delay isn't denial, as they say. All right, never mind. Let's do it. I can't even do that. What am I doing? Oh my goodness. I genuinely don't have a plan. I don't have a plan because there is no plan. Who made this? I hate this. I hate this as a play because it's just so inefficient. Okay. Yeah, there's no point in moving. There's no point in moving. Alright, there's no point in moving. Umbrage Beast is good, no? So, the deck itself, the Reaper subset is really good. The problem is, I think I may have been rushing. I was either rushing or confused. What? Nope, the black would be empty. The graveyard would be empty. My deck list, right? So this deck is good, but instead, this isn't how my opening hand should be composed. Damien should be the card in my opening hand, interchanged with this one, right? So, hold on. Let's leave this. Okay, let's you know what? Let's just play it through. Let's just play it through. We activate Night's Watch. Activate Night's Watch, and let's just try and build ourselves some sort of defense here. Monkey King, obviously. Let's go Incinerate. Now let's go Malice. Let's go Malice. I know you've got Wandering Gaze. You've got to. You have to have Wandering Gaze set. It's not you if you don't have Wandering Gaze set. It's not Seluxus if Wandering Gaze is not one of those 2 face-down cards. What did I say? Bro always sets that card turn 1. I got something in my eye. Right? Every single time. Let's incinerate Wukong. And Kieran comes out, obviously. We can Death Embrace here. Death Embrace, and I guess we boost up you. I guess we boost up you. Yeah, we'll start building up defense. Umbrage, does burn still take every turn or once? It takes every turn, right? You get a tick of burn damage every turn, which is good. But yeah, what is happening? Why can't I access the dual log? Okay, so what's my time code? I am a minute and 30 in, and I can't activate the dual log. No dual log. Okay. Malice activates, and who's gonna die? Did it not work again? Wandering Gaze is just broken. Wandering Gaze is broken. It's not working. It was working before. Wandering Gaze broken. Because Wandering Gaze is supposed to shift the target from the targeted card to, well, anyone else. Right? But that's not happening here. Are you going to attack? Okay, so if you're attacking, you would have died anyway, right? If you were attacking, you would have died anyway. That's good. That's healthy. Luckily, he just barely doesn't have enough attack to get through, which is sick. I'm sorry, what? Oh, of course! Wukong's staff gave Damien some attack to fight with. That's actually really cool. Okay, not attacking with Ryu. I guess we're going to see if Ryu does actually die at the end of the turn. We'll see if that happens. If it does, then yeah, we're cooked. And Wandering Gaze is a garbage nothing card. So, that's fun. Alright, Wukong deciding whether or not to attack. He's thinking. He swings! I'll be honest, I ain't see that coming. Fair enough. Wait, can Gaze make Malice target your cards? Well, I mean, it depends on how the card is worded. Graveyard. Hold on, let's see. Does Ryu die? Yeah, they both died. They both died to Malice. Sorry, Soluxus. You were cheated out of a win. I'm sorry. I apologize. Ryu is dead. That's my bad. My game is awful. I apologize. I'm sorry. You know what's funny? With this current hand of cards, I can't do anything to you. With my current hand as it is, I can't touch you. Because how do I get past Damien with only one attacking card? Reduce your, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Oh, no, there's a way. Okay, sick. I will Umbrage and Assault, Damien Encounter, you in there, and I will play... Let's do Contract, and let's do Hollow. You know what? Let's do Freeze, just in case. I'm scared. I'm a scared guy. That was... I swear, Soluxus, if you do the Battering Ram, I will never forgive you. If you try and Battering Ram me... If you try and Battering Ram me here... A Battering Ram is a strategy. Mraiga is a defensive card. It has a whole 200 defense. But he's chosen to summon it in an offensive position. Right? He's chosen to summon it in the assault zone. As an attacker. For some godforsaken reason. And it's gonna get the boost! So something crazy is about to happen. Okay, I need a second. Hold on. I need to talk through this. Let's Reaper's Contract. Move you out of the Nexus and put that card in the Assault Zone, right? You're forced to activate Night's Watch and Orion's Belt. Night's Watch boosts all of his cards' defense by 50, or by 100 actually, and Orion's Belt will boost Mraiga's defense by another 100 if I'm not mistaken. Let's go Death Embrace. Let's go Death's Embrace. Boost up your attack a little bit. Give you a little something nice. And that's all we really need, honestly. Anything else is overkill, but I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Orion's Belt. What does Orion's Belt say specifically? When this card is rank off summoned, all the cards in your defense zone. Okay, so yeah, no, because he's in the assault zone, he gains nothing off of that. That's lovely. That's absolutely lovely. We will Reaper's Hollow and sacrifice. There's nothing in your back pocket that gets over 350, so I'm not gonna bother going the full 400. I'm gonna try and conserve life points. I'll pay 50 life points to boost Umbrage up by 50 attack, and that's 50 original attack, which is lovely. Right? And I think we will just let Freeze go. I misplayed, right? I thought Freeze would be a good fit. I thought he was going to do something Freeze-worthy. But it turns out that's not the case, so that's okay. Alright, as for your question, can Gaze make you target the other cards? Let's see. Wandering Gaze says, when a Wandering Avatar is targeted by a card effect, make that effect target a different Wandering Avatar if it would have been a suitable target. So if your opponent has a Wandering Avatar, I don't see how or why they would, given the synergy ratings involved. But if that is something that happens, then yes, you would be able to shift the target. I'm going to turn my toggle off because that's going to be annoying. You would be able to shift the target of Malice from your Wandering Avatar to theirs. But the card that's using Malice has a synergy rating of what? Like... Soluxus, you rat bastard. You tricked me. You tricked me. You tricked me. Right? You tricked me. So basically, Damien has an effect that allows him... Who are you targeting with that? Cancel. I don't think we care. I don't think we care about Incinerate here. And card exchange. Okay, alright, fair enough. Right? Actually, no, maybe I should have done something. No, I'm dumb! I'm dumb! Oh, why have I done this? We've got 100 attack built up. Why have I done this? Why have I done this? I swear, I could lose off of this now, actually. Right? We don't die there. We don't... Oh! No, never mind. I saved myself. That was genius. I'm a genius. I'm a genius. Okay, so let me tell you, if anyone who doesn't know, let me explain what just happened. So, when a card has been on the field for more than one turn, it has to declare an attack, right? You don't have an option to say no to declaring an attack. So when I moved my weaker card, this one over here, from the Nexus to the Assault Zone, it was going to have to declare an attack. Now, when I battled Damien the Valiant, Damien has the ability to negate one attack, and then he takes the second one. So I would attack with Umbrage, and then have Umbrage's attack be cancelled, and then the second card would attack, destroy Damien, and then those are my two attacks for the turn. We're good to go. But he didn't activate Damien's effect specifically so that Umbrage would use one attack to kill him, and my second card would be forced to attack his big monster and die in the process. Now, when Umbrage attacked, Call of the Immortal was activated, which says, oh hey, I can engage in one battle and not die. He used Incinerate. There were layers to that. I'm gonna run out of time. I'm gonna run out of time. This is ass. I'm not summoning you. You know what? Please, give me something good. This turn. No, it doesn't happen this turn. It doesn't. I'm good this turn. I'm good this turn. But yeah, basically, he then used Incinerate on Umbrage so that Umbrage would have 200 attack at the start of this turn. And Umbrage... He's scaring me. He's scaring me a little bit. I'm a little bit scared. I'm a little bit scared. I'm trying my best not to, like, panic. I'm a little bit scared, but we are tied on life now. It's 400 to 400. I'm trying so hard to explain it as I go. But it is a fast-paced game sometimes. You get used to it over time, though. Trust. Wave begins. Alright, so... I'm immediately going to Death's Embrace to boost up the attack of... Umbridge doesn't need a boost here because we clear over both of those cards. So I will give the boost to herself so that she's able to do something offensively for me. And then we just card exchange, and I'm not summoning the other Valiant card. Wait a second, are you about to do the... It wouldn't matter here, never mind, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, alright? Fast-paced card game, nice. It's because both of us are making decisions at the same time, so I don't really have, like, downtime to stop and, like, talk and explain. Like, my timer is ticking down at the same time, basically, as his. I'm never going to use this. But I'm also never going to use this. Let's discard Virtue of Thanatos. Alright, let's see what we get. Let's get something nice off the top for card exchange, please. Card exchange comes around, and we got Shield Wall. Okay, cool. I mean, if worse comes to worst, Shield Wall could save our lives, right? Shield Wall could save me if it comes to that. I just don't see it coming to that. Wait, what just happened? Where did that attack? I'm stupid! Oh my goodness, I forgot you have that effect! I forgot about one of your effects. What can I do? No Carnage. We have to use Ruin here. We're dead. Umbridge is dead. We use Ruin. Who do we pop? Who does the pop go to? God, you're such a scary guy! I can destroy one. Let's destroy him. We clear the way. So that we're no longer in danger. Well, if you didn't disrespect card exchange, it would have drawn a good card. Valid. Last Stand. Oh yeah, that's fine. Last Stand doesn't matter here. Ryu is... Wait, why is Last Stand activatable at all? Nothing Last Standable happened. Ring Armor to protect me. As soon as you draw Tuition, I'm cooked. I'm stuck. Why Chaos? You sneaky guy. Chaos inflicts the Void status on your opponent, which makes them intangible. You can't battle them, which means I will not be destroyed, but after the battle phase ends, it acts as though... Why is Call of the Immortal activatable? Because a rank 3 Reaper Avatar I control destroyed a card, but it did it by card effect. It's only supposed to happen when it does it by battle. Okay, got it. Right, that's an easy... I can see exactly why that happened. And it's mandatory. Okay, alright, cool. Sure, whatever. Immortal from... Yeah, take that damage. You take that damage. Yeah. Alright, so I'm in danger moving forward. He made me intangible so that he would be able to move past me without destroying me. Trojan Assault! No, I'm cooked. It's done. Wait, no. You fumbled. Because Trojan Assault... So the Battering Ram strategy is where you flip Maiga's attack and defense. And then... Unless you Phoenix. If you Phoenix, I'm dead. No, but if you Phoenix, you can't attack directly. Yeah, no, I'm fine. I don't need to worry about you. I don't need to worry. I'm good. I am going through all of the emotions, right? Please give me something good. Bro. Actually, I'll take it. I'll take this. We go you. Yeah, that's not really right. And maybe you. Okay, yeah. I see the play. I see a little something. Why should it only trigger from battle? 'Cause that's just how we designed it. I trust myself inherently I trust myself intrinsically. If I designed it that way during testing, like everything that we did there, I tried to keep that like that year of testing as my standard for gold, right? So if I don't absolutely have to deviate from a decision that I made in that testing year, I don't. I don't know why I decided that it would only trigger for battle, but I must have had a reason at the time, and so I'm just gonna stick to it. And then that proves to be too harsh, we can always buff it, right? That's fine. But for the amount of time that I spent balancing the game for that year, anything that's in my design notes, I keep it that way. Zodiac Spear. Aw, hey, don't do that. Don't do that. Zodiac Spear is a card that makes it so that when your avatar battles, it negates the effects of the other card, or it places a sealed status on the other card. We wait. Death's Embrace comes out, and we will... it doesn't really matter who we use it on here. We're good either way. I'm gonna put it on you. I'll put it on you. Right? Don't chain. What's the other face down? What could the other face down be? What if he ignites his own card? But Mokus isn't on the field, so that wouldn't matter. That wouldn't matter at all. Yeah, no, we're fine. I'm going through so many stages of grief, man. I'm all over the place. Right? Even if Tuition came out, we would be able to stop him with ring armor, so we're safe from that. So he's about to attack into me to try and negate my effects. Exorcism. Which means that I will be cleansed, so you can't place the sealed status condition on me. Easy, light work. So that Zodiac Spear, wasted. Wasted to the grave, not useful, not helpful, easy. Right? When you are cleansed, not only does it remove any existing status conditions, it prevents any status conditions from being applied for the rest of the turn. So even though he's trying to seal my effect, so I won't be able to get a resource from the graveyard when I die, he basically can't. Right? Okay. The horse, tiger, wolf is dead. I forget who he is sometimes. He swings into me. Now, he will not die because he's fortified, but because I am cleansed, he is unable to place a status condition on me. That's what that glowing ball is. Normally, he would hit me and the glowing ball would disappear, but since he wasn't able to do anything to me, he stays with the ball, and so I'm chilling. I'm buzzing. Hey, I'm buzzing. That was a play. Tuition can leap, which is... So, Tuition's leap allows him to move faster. So he would go, instead of taking 2 movement phases to go from here to here and then from here to here, in 1 movement phase he can just go voom voom, but he's in the way already. Leap is only effective if there's not already someone in the counter zone or in at the checkpoint, because if there's someone already at the checkpoint, then you can't just leap past them, right? It speeds you up. Exorcism. Why? Did you just try and exercise the exorcism? That doesn't... will that crash the game? It's an interesting question. Okay, no, it didn't. Cool. Alright, you can exercise exorcism. Cool. That rune I put down ended up going to waste. I thought it was going to be useful. It ended up not being, so that sucks. Draw. What? This could be awesome. I put that in here as a tech card. This could also be awesome. Do you have any stats? No, you're a 0/0 body. I'm gonna risk the summon. I'll put you... I'll put you here. Right? I'm gonna risk that summon. If Soluxus doesn't summon anything, we'll end up being tied on life, which I don't love. I don't love the idea of being tied on life going into turn 6, but I feel like Soluxus is going to summon something. If he doesn't summon anything, I'll attack him directly, and we won't be tied for life. He'll be below, so he has to summon something, or else I'm... Okay, so what's that face down? Show it to me. I could cheat. I could check the duel log and see what the face down is, even though I'm not supposed to be able to see it, but I'm not going to do that. It's fine. Wave start comes around. We will Death's Embrace. Death's Embrace is carrying this game. We are going to boost up Ward. So that, because right now, Ward and Rygar are tied, right? When they hit each other, they're both going to die. How about we just say no? How about not doing that? How about no? Ward gets boosted back up to 100. Why is he red? Isn't he naturally 100? Oh, right, because it boosts original attack, so that means his original attack is current. Is there anything I can do about that? Is there anything I can do about that? Damn it. Damn it all. Damn it all. Damn it all. That was really, really clever. You clever, clever bastard. That was smart. That was smart. There's no other wandering avatar on the field for me to Journey's End with. For me to Wandering Gaze with, rather. Actually, yeah, Wandering Gaze shouldn't even be activatable here. There's no other wandering avatars on the field. Oh, that's so depressing. We're gonna tie. Ew. Ew. I don't want to tie with you. Oh, you're disgusting. Get away from me. That was a... Nah, Seluxus. Nah. Aces. And that was a really, really clever play. That was you knew that I was gonna try and do something to push the offensive, and you capitalized on that. That was really clever. So basically, by moving, he used Wandering Gaze to move Mraiga back to the defense zone, so I couldn't deal that direct damage, and he didn't summon anything, so he didn't lose any life points. And so yeah, we're both tied at 300. He's at the end of turn 6. If both of you are tied for life, it's a draw. Right? Unless one of us is stupid enough to summon something on this final turn of the game. But I don't think there's anything that either of us could summon on this turn that would win us the game. Right? There's nothing that either of us would summon here that would win. I have a feeling the game is going to freeze here. A sneaking suspicion, because we've both used card exchange. Didn't we both use card... That means I didn't draw a rune, did I? No, I didn't, because I have no runes to draw. If I summon this card, I lose. Because this will cost me 100 points for my Nexus gauge. Well done for bringing that. Nah, that was class. 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 Actually, hold on. I shouldn't have done that, just in case. Because what if he is stupid enough to try something? And what if it actually works? I should have set shield wall. Okay, no. Oh, GG's. The game will play out, and then at the end of the turn, because we're tied, it's over. It's over. Right? But yeah, no, that was a fun game, and we didn't crash, right? Most of the effects worked the way that they were supposed to, except for that we had that issue with Umbrage and Ryu at the beginning. I'm gonna turn my toggle off so it doesn't get on my nerves as it goes through. Because I'm not saying yes to anything. There's nothing I can do in the situation. Yeah, we're tied. Well done. You read me like a flippin' book, bro. Oh, I feel dirty. Oof. Why do you know me so well? Why do you know me? Because if I hadn't pushed for offense, if I hadn't pushed for more offense, that plan of yours would have seen you lose the game. You bet the whole game on the belief that I would push W and press forward, right? And if I hadn't done that, yeah, I would have won. All right, cool. GG's. End phase rolls around. It's almost as if you've been working together for 3+ years on this game. Oh, match draw, no AP minus, no AP plus. GG's. That was good. Two sides of the same Sol coin, basically. That felt like an anime moment where I've come up with all these calculations like, oh, if he does this, I win, but if he does this, I still win. I've got it. I'm gonna push ahead. And then you... Uno reverse. That was a Yu-Gi-Oh moment, man. That was sick. That felt like an anime. That felt like something directly out of an anime when I realized that you had actually found a way to make us tie. Flip sick, man. Immaculate. Amazing. So I'm assuming you weren't listening as I was talking because you tend to turn that off. Go back and see my reaction to that. That was class. GG's. Great game, bro. That was a great game. And it ran smooth. We didn't crash. That was amazing. The sad thing was I accidentally discarded Anim with card exchange, otherwise I would have had Ryu back. Shut up. That being said, oh my god, the moment that you boosted up with the Valiants, I forgot he did that. When I saw you summon the other Valiant, I was like, okay, well he's useless. He doesn't do anything special, right? And then I saw the main one tribute him to gain that big boost of power that let him kill Umbridge. Bro, I was overconfident. Oof. That was the first full game we've played with no issues, and it felt amazing. Wait, we've played games before. Haven't we? No, you weren't the one who we had some good matches. It was Brandon, I think, who I played some full games with, right? But yeah, no, this build is smooth. This build is a lot smoother. This build is a lot smoother. You think I should upload that? That's actually not a bad idea. That was really, really fun. The problem is the chat not being in the thing. I might still clip it anyway. That was really, really cool. Oh, dude, that was sick. That was sick. My goodness, part of me wants to go again. That was such a fun. I didn't think you would take it to turn. I didn't think it would go to turn 6. I thought I would be able to handle it before it got to turn 6. I really thought I had you. Like, I believed that in my gut. That was a guttural belief that I had you. Right? I'm gonna note down that I do wanna. I'll look at the footage, and if it's good, then yeah, I'm gonna upload that. Match footage, and that would be around 150 or something like that. All right, having a couple games out there would be good for people to see. So that's actually, so I've got well, in fairness, the games that I've pre-recorded are against AI. I'm doing matches to like showcase what the AI works like and how like everything is in game. But matches against people is also good to have out there. I was gonna do those on the Saul Plays Anime channel, but I don't know. I'll decide how to do it. I'm just buzzing. I'm just buzzing, bro. Like this is a game. This is a whole game that we just played through, man. Sadly, I gotta go to work now. Okay, I bet. We'll get a rematch soon. Okay, so we're 0-0. We're tied. Actually, no, we're 1-1 because we drew. In a draw, you 0-0 or 1-1, whatever. We're tied. We're tied is the point. So we need to fix that, right? AI games are good to learn, but you feel more with no. I get what you mean. Like the PvP battles are just more exciting with the effects flying around and everything like that. Okay, I am going to hop off. Right, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me for the last 2 hours. For everyone who I met today at Comic-Con, it was sick. I'm so glad. Thank you to MBT for the sponsored for the ad slot. Thank you for everyone who came by the stall to Comic-Con and bought stuff. I'm super grateful for that. I didn't think I was gonna make anything. I didn't think I was gonna sell jack. But hey, we actually, like, the game is getting out there, and that is sick to me. But yeah. Oh, I am going to do a little bit of prep for Comic-Con tomorrow. Sorry, AnimeCon tomorrow. And hopefully it goes just as well as today did. Take care, my friends. Have a wonderful evening. And I will see you the next time we have a gameplay stream live, right? Take care.